kids. Like Tiger's having this. I don't know why kids want to pick on Tiger, but there's this kid in the neighborhood. He's a good kid, but like, you know, he doesn't really have a sport or anything. And Tiger's like, yeah, he's been really mean. He keeps picking on me. I'm like, all right. My first instinct is violence.
By the way, it's not inappropriate. It's not inappropriate.
So Tiger's opening up to me and his mom about this, and I go, well, this is simple, buddy. Punch him in the face, and he'll stop. And you're not getting in trouble. Just sock him in the face, and it's going to stop because he's doing it to you because he thinks you're going to put up with it.
Yeah.
How long has he been going? He's like, a few weeks. And I'm like, you just punch him in the face. Joanna's like, probably not. Hold on.
Maybe the chest. Start with the chest.
So then I dial it back. I'm like, oh, that's probably bad advice as a dad. And I said, buddy, but think about it. This kid, he's big and athletic, but his parents haven't put him into sports, so he's probably insecure. And you're this stud baseball, football player.
Yeah.
So
maybe
he's
squeeze his head until he cries.
No, what I told I said, what you can do is you can kill him with kindness. Like go, maybe ask him to play catch and then help him throw the baseball, and you're going to get his guard down.
Interesting.
Now, if you ask him to play baseball and he's still doing the thing, then you beat him up. Yeah. But
I'll tell you what.
Punch him in the stomach.
What I learned early on also, and I learned this with an unfortunate incident, you never know what's happening in that kid's house.
Yeah.
You never know what's happening.
He's not doing this because he's happy with the way things
See, that's how I always approach it. I always, and I don't think that's necessarily always good.
That's not always the way, bro. I've learned that at 43. I've learned it's not always the way.
We both have, right? I mean,
now I'm down to fight.
Yeah.
Now I'm at the point where I'm 43. I've done the nice thing.
You always had to be. You always had to eat shit because you were like, well, you know,
especially
I'm the big guy here.
Oh, especially in comedy.
Dude, if you hit somebody,
he wouldn't hit him.
Get in a lot of trouble.
He wouldn't hit him. He'd go like this. Look, he'd go like this, and he'd go like this. He'd go around your body, and he'd go like this, and he'd just bring you in
like a boa,
but,
and then you poo your pants.
That'd be sick. But yeah,
and one of your ribs,
your diarrhea.
One of your ribs would go.
Yeah.
No, but my thing, like, let's say I had an issue with a comic when I was doing stand up. If I would have hit that person at the Comedy Store, at the Improv, or Laugh Factory, everyone would have told you.
Yeah.
That's why we can't have them. So I never did it. But now I step back. If those people continue to talk shit, I see on the street. Now it's like, what's up, man?
The best was watching.
What's up, dude?
The best
Nobody's
was watching
talking shit to you, dude.
No, not these days.
Oh yeah, they do.
Not these days.
No, the best was watching, and I love him. I love Nate Diaz. I love him. But watching you in Gucci boots and Nate calling you a pussy and you going, I have no problem with you, Nate, and you kind of doing this.
Trying to be cool.
Yeah, you're trying to be cool.
Dude, what did I text you the other day? And it's still one of my favorite things.
That's right.
In what world? I go back and look at that clip every now and then. It's so fucking funny to me. Come down.
No, you should let him.
What do you do? Volume punch?
Volume punch me, motherfucker. Yeah. That's the one that fucking
Here's my thing with Nate, though, is like, and again, I'm cool. If you want to fight, whatever you want to do, Bubba, I'm down. You're barking up the wrong tree. 250 pounds, I'm on TRT, peptides. I'm a fucking
Nobody wants that.
I don't want that. You don't want that. I don't understand his issues.
He probably just had it. He probably, look, man.
I don't understand his issues. And if they put us in a room, I'd be like, what's going on, bud?
Yeah.
Like, what is it the Conor McGregor thing where you didn't understand I was doing a bit? Yeah. Like my job for Showtime, the reason they hired me was to convince the public that Conor McGregor had a chance. That doesn't mean I actually believe it.
Fighters are sensitive.
It doesn't mean that
athletes are sensitive.
It doesn't mean I was picking him over you. It has nothing to do with you. So if that's it, you're barking up the wrong tree.
Athletes are sensitive. You know, we did
athletes and fighters.
A long time ago, when David Ortiz retired, we did a roast of him. It was like one of the first, right? And I was like, are you sure you want to do this? Because most athletes have asked, say no. And he goes, I don't understand most English. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to understand what they're saying to me, right? But most, that's why it's got to be somebody so, like Brady, he doesn't give a
Even Brady got pissed.
He got pissed.
At Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah, he didn't like it.
He was like, hey, motherfucker.
Yeah, but
the divorce stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, hey, motherfucker. And you see that.
Well, Tom Brady's like anybody. Like, Tom Brady's very sensitive about everything. He's a sensitive guy. Like
I just know in that roast, like he looked over at Tony and was like, be careful, motherfucker. Like that dog kind of came out and he's like, all right, dude.
I got to tell you, here's where I'm at. I don't give a fuck what anybody says to me. I really don't. If you're gonna threaten me, or if there's gonna be some danger, you're fucking with my wife or my kids.
That's different.
But it doesn't.
But like online,
at this point in time.
But we're more battle tested. It's like when it's so much like, all right, there's nothing I can do about it. A lot of people love me. A lot of people hate me. What are you gonna do?
Also, you don't know me.
No. Now, if it was somebody you knew, like your brother or a comic that you knew that you were on the road together, and then you're like, whoa, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
But if people that don't know you, it's like, all right.
Even then, sometimes people are hurt and they're lashing out because you didn't.
See, that's not an excuse because there's some.
I'm saying
that,
like if it's
but then some people are,
Yeah.
But I'm saying if it's an unknown person that's throwing this hate, people go, well, you don't know what they're going through. I don't give a fuck.
No.
That's just a bad person.
But I don't take that. Like, I've never taken it seriously.
No. Random somebody who doesn't know me. It doesn't. I can't. I'll sometimes for fun because I'm the young.
Brendan Schaub responded to Nate Diaz, and what Schaub say there? Basically that he'll just beat him up or something. But basically, I don't really have no problem with Nate and all this horse shit. First and foremost, in this entire clip, Schaub is wondering why his kid is getting bullied. First and foremost, I mean, Schaub's kid is getting bullied. I mean, the fact that Schaub would allow that to happen in the first place, wow. But like, I'll maybe break it to you this way, Schaub. Your kid is getting bullied because of you. You're a loser and the biggest joke on the internet. All the other parents make fun of you and then record you looking like an idiot and then upload it to the Fighter and the Kids subreddit. That's the other dads on your kid's baseball team. You don't think those dads talk shit about you and your dumb kid to their kids? You're a laughing stock. You're a joke. And what do you say? It's some kid in his neighborhood he's not into sports. How much does Schaub's neighbors hate him? My God. How much do Schaub's neighbors hate that idiot? He's loud. They're always bothering everyone. He won't shut up about knowing Joe Rogan and all that stuff. But yeah, Bapa's response to Nate Diaz, though, like directly at Nate, is pretty much what I expected. Bapa doesn't really want to smoke with anyone. He can't handle it at this point. He wants it with the Rogan sphere, guys. He wants to like trash Bert and them, but that's only because he wants to get closer to Rogan. But when it comes to like Nate and them, nah. He don't really want all that. But he did say he'd beat the shit out of Nate, though. I wonder what Nate's going to think about that. I don't know, but let me know your thoughts in the comments.